Are you planning to make a move over to the Seattle, Washington area from out of state and you're wondering what some of the best suburbs are to move to? Well, lucky for you, in today's video, I'm going over just that, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, and I love making videos all about moving over to the Seattle, Washington area and what it's like to live here, so you know what to expect when you get over this way. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I make a new video. I love helping you guys out and answering your questions when you're planning to make a move over here. You guys reach out to me all the time with your questions and looking for help on buying a home over here. So if there's anything that I can do to help, whether that's navigating through the home buying process or trying to figure out what suburbs might be a good spot for you when you're moving over this way, feel free to reach out to me anytime. My contact info is here on the screen. You can call, text, or email me, and I'd be more than happy to touch base with you and see what I can do to help. But like I said, on today's video, I'm going to go over some of the places around Seattle that are the best spots to live. All right, so suburb number one I'm going to go over here is SAMMAMISH. And now SAMMAMISH is on a plateau. It's about 20 miles east of Seattle. In terms of commute time, it's about a 30-minute drive to the downtown Seattle area without traffic. With traffic, you're looking closer to 45 minutes or so. Now, SAMMAMISH is a pretty expensive area. It's one of the most expensive cities over here. The median home price is just over $1.4 million right now. Now, this has gone up a lot in the last 12 months, just like all of the surrounding suburbs around here. The median home prices have increased at really exponential rates. So it is getting pretty expensive here, but it is a great place to live. In terms of the school district, it's the number 4 rated school district in the state of Washington. We're talking about Lake Washington School District. And it depends what part of SAMMAMISH you're at. Part of SAMMAMISH is going to be the Lake Washington School District, and part of it is going to be ISSAQUAH School District. ISSAQUAH School District is rated number 5 in the state. So number 4 or number 5 in the state. It's a great school district and a great area to be, which is part of the reason the prices are so high. But what's so great about Lake SAMMAMISH is you are right on the lake. Lake SAMMAMISH is a very popular spot to go to if you want to get out on the boat or get on the kayak or paddleboard or just go swimming, go to the state park. There's just so much that you can do there at the lake, especially this time of year when I'm recording this in summer of 2021. So it is a great spot to be, and you're also so convenient to everything out I-90 on the east side over to the mountain. So if you love outdoors activities, whether that's going hiking or skiing or snowboarding or mountain biking, you are just an extremely quick drive out to wherever you need to go to experience those outdoor activities. All right, and city number 2 I'm going to go over here is SAMMAMISH's neighbor, and that's ISSAQUAH, just to the south of SAMMAMISH. ISSAQUAH is about 17 miles southeast of Seattle, and it's about a 20-minute commute from Seattle, 30 plus in heavier rush hour times. Now, the median home price in ISSAQUAH is a little bit cheaper right now than it is in SAMMAMISH. It's still not cheap. It's just over $1.22 million right now. But like I said, ISSAQUAH School District is rated number 5 in the state, and it's such a great area to be. There's so many different types of homes available. You can be right in kind of the downtown ISSAQUAH area where we've got all the shopping that you need. There's a Safeway there. There's a bunch of restaurants, some gyms you can work out at, post office, doctor's offices, XXX Burgers, which is my favorite place to go to for hamburgers and root beer. So everything you need is right there in ISSAQUAH. And then if you take ISSAQUAH Hobart Road, a little bit further out to Tiger Mountain, there's some great neighborhoods wrapped around in there through Tiger Mountain, and that would take you all the way to Highway 18. But again, out there, you're so close to everything in terms of outdoor activities. One of my favorite hikes is in ISSAQUAH. It's called Poo Poo Point. It's right off that ISSAQUAH Hobart Road I was talking about. You can hike up. It's a pretty woodsy hike. Once you get to the top, there is a clearing, and you'll see a lot of people going hang gliding off that clearing. They're running off the hill and hang gliding over that area. So it's a really beautiful area to be, and again, a really popular spot for out-of-staters where they're moving to. All right, in city number 3 I'm going to talk about here is Maple Valley. Now, Maple Valley is growing so much right now. It's about 26 miles southeast of Seattle, and it's about a 30-minute drive to Seattle without traffic, 45 to 60 minutes in the heavier rush hour times. Now, Maple Valley is a bit further south than ISSAQUAH and SAMMAMISH that I just went over, but the nice thing about Maple Valley is you're going to get a good break on the home prices there. there because it hasn't got quite as expensive as some of the other spots. So the median home price in Maple Valley right now, this is July 2021 when I'm recording this, but median home price is $750,000. Maple Valley is in another great school district. It's a newer school district. It's called Tahoma School District, and it's rated number 10 in the entire state. Now there are over 260 school districts in Washington state, and it's rated number 10. Now Maple Valley has a wide variety of different types of real estate. So you've got some older homes that have been out there. If you want something like kind of in the woods, tucked back, feeling like you're further out, there's also a ton of new construction going on in Maple Valley. A lot of building out there because there are so many people going out that way, and they're trying to support the demand out in that area, which is also why the home prices have been rising so fast lately, but they still haven't got to the levels of some of the other surrounding areas like ISSAQUAH and SAMMAMISH, and still doable compared to some of the other local spots. In Maple Valley, you've got some great things you can do, like Lake Wilderness is a great spot to go to. It's a good lake with a little beach on it and a big grassy field. So if you want to have a picnic or throw the frisbee, kick a soccer ball, anything like that, take out a paddleboard or a kayak, go fishing. There's picnic tables and whatnot. There's also an arboretum there. There's also a big lodge that gets rented out for events, weddings, things like that. So Lake Wilderness is a good spot to go to on a nice day on the weekend or a weekday off work with the kids. Definitely a good spot to check out. Also in Maple Valley, you've got all the shopping and convenience and stuff that you're going to need, like the Maple Valley Town Square with Fred Meyer and all the different shops and restaurants that you're really going to need access to. All right, in city number 4, I'm going to go over here is Bothell. And Bothell is about 25 miles northeast of Seattle. It's at the very tip of Lake Washington, and it's about a 25-minute drive without traffic, closer to 30 to 45 minutes in heavier traffic times. Now Bothell is another one of those really hot spots that is growing at exponential rates, especially with out-of-state people moving here. And one big reason for that is because Bothell is on the east side and it's so close to some of the larger cities with some of these tech companies, specifically Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond. You know, we're talking about places like Microsoft and Facebook. And Amazon has offices now in Bellevue as well, and many, many other companies there on the east side. So it's attracting a lot of people that are moving from out of state over here for jobs. Bothell, just the city just to the north, which has a little bit cheaper home prices than Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond. So a lot of people have been going to Bothell to buy a home, and it's been growing a lot, and prices are really starting to skyrocket. The median home price right now in Bothell is $900,000. And in terms of the school district, it's in another great school district called North Shore School District. It is rated the number 6 school district in the entire state of Washington. With Bothell, you have easy access and convenience to everything. You are right by the I-405 freeway, and it's also close to get onto I-5 as well. So whether you're heading over to the west side, the Seattle side, closer to the Puget Sound, or if you're staying on the east side, going down Bellevue, down that way, you have easy access. Bellevue is one of the most convenient locations. There are endless amounts of shopping and stores and restaurants and breweries and just anything that you need, doctor's offices. So Bellevue, convenience is a great term to use for Bellevue because you're really not going to need to go too far outside of where you live to get to the places you need to go. All right, city number 5 I'm going to go over here is Edmonds. And Edmonds is 17 miles north of Seattle. It's about a 25-minute drive without traffic, 30 to 45 minutes in heavy rush hour traffic times. Now, the nice thing about Edmonds is it is right on the Puget Sound. It's on the water, so it's a beautiful, beautiful city. The downtown Edmonds area is great. You can take Main Street all the way down to the water with the ferry terminal there. You can go on the beach and hang out. There's multiple different sides of the beach that you can go to with grassy fields. So again, you can do a picnic, set up a volleyball net, throw the frisbee, all that kind of stuff. And then at the very end, they have a dog beach. So let all the dogs off leash and they can run around and do their thing over there. There's some great restaurants there as well, like Anthony's Seafood and a bunch of other places. So Edmonds is a great spot to go spend the day on. If it's a nice day and you want to go eat some food, hang out on the beach, take the ferry over to Kingston, Edmonds is a great spot to be. Median home price in Edmonds is $890,000 right now, and the school district, which is Edmonds School District is rated number 15 out of the entire state. So again, a very good school district. All right, in city number 6, I'm gonna go over here is Kirkland. Now, Kirkland is about 15 miles northeast of Seattle. It's again right on Lake Washington there. And it's about a 20-minute drive to Seattle without traffic, 30 plus with heavier rush hour traffic times. Now, Kirkland is the city just north of Bellevue. You may have heard of Bellevue, very wealthy city, very expensive place to live. Kirkland is to the city just north. Kirkland is the origination place for Costco. So the Kirkland brand, when you go shopping at Costco, that is where that came from, is Kirkland, Washington. Now again, it's right next to Bellevue, so it is very, very expensive. Median home prices are just over 1.46 million right now. But again, a great school district. It's got the number 4 rated school district in the state of Washington. That's Lake Washington School District. With Kirkland, again, it's on Lake Washington, like I said, so there's so much that you can do. If you go downtown to Kirkland, to the waterfront, you can hang out on the beach there. Again, you can rent kayaks and paddle boards and things like that. You can take the boat out on Lake Washington. You can go for a walk around downtown. There's a bunch of little shops like local small businesses, clothing shops, pet stores, things like that. A bunch of restaurants down there as well. We actually used to live in Kirkland a few years ago, my wife and I did, and we were in walking distance to downtown. So we'd walk down there and kind of spend a nice sunny day down there. Parking can get a little bit tight on the busy days, but you can find something on some side streets and whatnot. So Kirkland is a great spot to be, but again, it is very expensive. All right, in city number 7, we're going to jump up north quite a ways here, and we're going to go to Snohomish, Washington. Now, Snohomish is about 30 miles northeast of Seattle. It's about a 40-minute drive to Seattle without any traffic. In heavier rush hour times, you're looking at least an hour to get up to Snohomish. So this is definitely pushing the boundary of that commute if you're somebody that's going to have to commute right into downtown Seattle. But it is still doable. There is still people that do it. Now, the home prices in Snohomish have gone up pretty drastically. Again, common theme of all these suburbs around here that I'm talking about. The median home price in Snohomish is $848,000 right now. Now, the thing with Snohomish is it gives you a little bit more of a rural feel. So when you drive out to Snohomish, you're going to see a lot of farmland, driving by pumpkin patches and barns, and there's multiple different like corn mazes. And so in the fall time, Snohomish is popping because everybody's going to the corn mazes and the pumpkin patches, and they have wedding venues out there. There's a lot of wedding venues in Snohomish, so it's a really, really popular spot for that kind of stuff. It's also got a nice little downtown, kind of an old town feel down there with, again, restaurants and little local shops, local businesses, and you can walk along the Snohomish River. We've taken our dog swimming in the Snohomish River, so again, there's a lot that you can do in Snohomish, and it is in the number 24 rated school district in the state of Washington. All right, and the last city I'm going to go over here, city number 8, is Lake Stevens, which is just north of Snohomish. Lake Stevens is about 35 miles northeast of Seattle. And for a commute, you know, you're looking 45 minutes without traffic and over an hour in the heavier rush hour traffic times. Now, this is by far the cheapest in terms of home pricing city on my list here. The median home price is $643,000. Now, Lake Stevens to me is a very happy medium. This is actually where we live. We absolutely love it here in Lake Stevens. It's got, the school district is rated number 34 out of the entire state, so it's still a very good school district. You're right on the lake here of Lake Stevens. It is a big enough lake where you can have boats and whatnot on it. It's not nearly the size of Lake Washington, but it is still big enough that you can take boats out on it. It is very busy on a hot summer day with all the people up here that own boats and whatnot, but there's many different parks along the lake as well. The kids can go swimming, jump off the dock, play on the playground, have a picnic, all that kind of stuff. There are some restaurants in Lake Stevens as well as all the shopping and convenience that you're going to need. There is also some new construction going on here in Lake Stevens, just past our neighborhood, the next neighborhood over. They're currently building 220 new construction homes to try and meet the demand here in Lake Stevens, because the demand is so high in Lake Stevens right now, because the pricing is much more friendly than some of the other surrounding suburbs, but it's also got a great school district. It's right on the lake, so demand is extremely, extremely high here, and prices are escalating very, very quickly because of that. So new construction going in should provide some more inventory options once that's completed. Alright guys, well this wraps up my list of the top 8 Seattle area suburbs that you should consider moving to if you're coming here from out of state. So if you've got any questions on what it's like to live over here, or questions on some of these suburbs or some other suburbs that I can answer for you, or if you need help going through the home buying process coming over this way, feel free to reach out to me. My info is here on the screen. Like I said, you can call, text, or email me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. But I thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.